Thanks to everyone who has liked, left a comment, shared, and subscribed. A special thanks to people who left comments like, "She's back, been waiting for you." It's good to see that people have come back after such a long period of time between commentaries, especially in the social media climate where frequency matters. I definitely did not intend to go more than a week between commentaries again. I ended up losing internet access for a little over a week, maybe 2 weeks, which the break ended up being good. I saw the good in the break, even though at first I was frustrated because I didn't remember to do the commentary that I wanted to honoring Dick Gregory. It wasn't until 2 days after his birthday and that I remembered. And then after I did it, I couldn't post it. Dick Gregory helped me rethink how I handle holidays, and I hope that me sharing what he taught me might reshape how somebody else thinks about how they handle the holidays. Dick Gregory said when he was a kid, he thought that school was closed because of his birthday. And when he found out that it was for Columbus Day and then did research on Columbus, he said, "That's who y'all made a hero?" Celebrating Columbus Day is celebrating sex trafficking, rape, robbery, and genocide. Christopher Columbus was a pedophile rapist that, according to historians, never set foot on the land that he has been given credit for discovering. I've turned Christopher Columbus Day into Dick Gregory Day. I lived in states like Florida that supposedly don't observe Columbus Day and claim to recognize Indigenous People Day, which seems more appropriate to celebrate. But the signs on the door of the banks and the library read closed for Columbus Day. We need to stop celebrating holidays that honor evil. Black people celebrate presidents that made them a commodity and created laws to keep them as commodities. Black people celebrate a bunch of other white people and white people's victories that don't represent anything positive for black people. And then they chalk it up to, "It's just a day off to me. I'm not celebrating it." Dick Gregory's response to people who say they don't celebrate holidays was, "If the bank is closed and you can't get to your money, you celebrate the holiday." Well, even though we have 24 ATMs now and debit cards and you can get to your money, the gist of what he is saying still implies we have been conditioned, we've been made to reverence these days in some way. These holidays don't empower black people. Black people have a duty to celebrate the heroes and days that have meaning to their ancestry. Black kids need to see people that look like them being honored and celebrated throughout the year, not just in February. It's time to do something different. Stop running out to these stores, shelling out money that could be better used to advance your situation, not theirs. Spend money with black people instead. Black business owners, don't offer a sale on President's Day. Offer a sale on Malcolm's or Muhammad Ali's birthday. Estimated Halloween spending on candy, just candy, for 2019 is $2.6 billion. I refuse to contribute to the $2.6 billion and support the exact companies that are knowingly pushing poison, candy with red and yellow dyes, artificial flavors, crack-like sweeteners like high fructose corn syrup, and other synthetic ingredients that destroys the body and mind. The industrial food system is aware that their imposter food is making us sick, yet they're still taking all sorts of measures to deceive the public and continue operating as it is. I can't celebrate Halloween with a clear conscience knowing that. Going along to get along is lame when it contributes to your demise. What am I really teaching the kid by going out to collect candy that is made with harmful ingredients that I warn him about, and by companies targeting us? How can I demonstrate what integrity looks like if I let go of my morals and standards because everybody else is doing it? Or it's just easy. Something being easy isn't a good enough reason to stop doing something that doesn't benefit your legacy. Going along with something because everybody is doing it is why society is in such bad shape and the system keeps their foot on our neck. Back in the day, Halloween wasn't so commercial. People didn't decorate their house with lights and mechanical monsters. We made our own costumes. We didn't buy pumpkins or bags bought from the store to collect candy. We used bags that were already in our house. Our parents didn't need to stress using extra cash that they may not have just for us to take part in the celebration. Halloween was one of my favorite celebrations. I loved it. I loved being out at night with the biggest plastic bag. I could find scrounging the neighborhood for candy and trying to escape the boys throwing eggs. And remembering how much fun it was can make canceling the holidays challenging, especially when you have kids, because the schools are promoting these holidays. They decorate the hallways in the classrooms. They're reading holiday themed stories. They throw parties. The media promotes these holidays. Friends and family usually don't make it easy for you to move away from age-old traditions, especially when it's centered around kids having fun, like Halloween and Christmas. They will argue that the kids will be left out. It's just fun. Don't take it away from them. And what they really mean is don't take it away from them. Most times the people around us want us to continue to do it for their comfort and pleasure. Because who will make the macaroni and cheese if you cancel Christmas? How will they be able to get praise for their sweet potato pie on Thanksgiving if there's no Thanksgiving dinner? And then you have people that will say, but why should the kids suffer though? And really, the kids don't have to suffer. Start new traditions that make sense. Be creative. Teach the children to be creative. Teach them the value of community and to find their value in what they contribute to the community instead of finding their value in the name brand clothes they wear. Teach them to value assets instead of asses. Make these holidays serve empowerment and true connection. Your kids want your attention more than anything else. Breaking your neck to get a bunch of toys, electronic devices, and clothes is not making your connection with your family and friends closer. At the end of the day, it's better they suffer from your best intention for them than at the hands of someone who doesn't have good intentions for them. I mean, really, we have to smarten up. We can't expect things to change if we don't change. Empowerment requires sacrifice. And too many people ain't with the sacrifice. And we see that with how many black people are still online cheering and discussing football. And they're doing it for free. I mean, damn, if you won't let go of football, you're pretty much saying, bunk the movement. I ain't standing in solidarity with those black empowerment people. It ain't going to work. My thrills and a good time are more important than our survival. Gentrification is taking place all over America. Gentrification doesn't just mean other people moving in. It means other people taking over and pushing black people out with nowhere to go. Black people have 2.6 of the wealth. 2.6, that means as a group, black people have no wealth. Asians and Hispanics came here after blacks, and they've surpassed blacks in wealth. The median wealth for black people in America is slightly over $40,000, which means struggling if you live in New York City with yearly rent averaging $24,000 a year. Where are all the inner city black people and small black businesses going? Where are they going to go? Black people's survival is in jeopardy because we have no economic or political power. Police are demonstrating that it's open season on black people. The media, Time's Up and Me Too, demonstrate that it's open season on black men. And if we don't do things differently, our kids will not be able to compete at all. And they will be faced with worse conditions than we face today. And I'm sure when the kids become adults, they would rather know we used money to give them an advantage instead of squandering it on things that have no value, all in the name of having fun or fitting in or not being bored. As an adult, I would have rather had assets that allowed me to have freedom as an adult and be able to afford to live where and how I want instead of memories of not being able to sleep Christmas Eve in anticipation for the gifts that will be under the tree the next morning. And then you open up the gifts. You're excited. Oh, yeah, I got this because I was a kid that got pretty much everything I wanted. And that was cool. But by the afternoon, the whole excitement wore off. It was like, okay, you opened your presents and that's it. And now what? So Christmas was never one of my favorite holidays, actually. Christmas being for the kids is really overrated. I love the idea of gathering with loved ones and having a feast. I despise the idea of buying a turkey and celebrating genocide to do it. Doing things that don't make sense to me because everyone else is doing it doesn't make me happy. Gathering around a turkey with my loved ones, ignoring that we are celebrating genocide because they want to get together, it just doesn't make sense to me. Starting a new tradition makes sense to me. Positive, disciplined, honest actions, moving with integrity. That's what makes me happy. I agree with Neely Fuller Jr. when he says we need to stop gathering for nonsense. Come together, discuss building, how we can fix problems, finding out what we can do to help each other flourish instead of talking about the latest news and gossip, really building our community. 79% of retail profit is between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Many people go into debt because of the holiday spending, and some people call that the Christmas spell. One state estimated that $3 billion of the black dollar was spent for Christmas. Imagine if black people sacrificed that holiday dollar and contributed it to building a media that's not controlled by white supremacy's money, or having politicians that are on black people's payroll. We'd get much further. We'd have more power, and we see a lot less black people being terrorized by the police. I don't expect the average person to sacrifice the cheap thrills that come from processed foods, cheap candy, and holiday celebrations. There's people listening and they're thinking, this sounds right, but they know that they're going to keep on running to the stores on Black Friday and buying Christmas gifts for the office grab bag. This message is for people that want to stop going ahead with white supremacy's plan to capitalize off them. People who don't want to do things that don't benefit them because everyone else is doing it. I made this commentary for people who want to stop paying for their demise, people who are pulling away from that old nigga shit that doesn't work and have people around them ridiculing them and trying to hold them to that old nigga shit. Stay strong. Join or create a community that helps you expand into a force to be reckoned with. White supremacy is not going to say, you know what? We treated the niggas bad long enough. We made enough money off them. They prove they're really cool people. They're not out to get us. Let's stop making them the targeted underclass. No, that's not going to happen. The answer to the problems are simple. Are you willing to pursue it? Take it in and win. Thanks for listening.